Welcome back to Coffee with Sarge. Grab yourself a cup of coffee and pull up a seat here at Booth 7. Every week somebody sits down here with a question, and sometimes the answer they're looking for isn't the answer they expect. A driver stopped by not long ago and slid into the booth across from me. He looked frustrated. Before he even picked up his coffee, he said, "Sarge, I'm trying to find the best trucking company to work for." I smiled and asked him, "What's wrong with the one you're driving for now?" He started making a list. The dispatcher irritated him. The equipment wasn't always what he wanted. Home time wasn't perfect. The pay could be better. The miles weren't always consistent. I'd heard the list before, probably 100 times. So when he finally stopped talking, I asked him one question. "What company did you work for before this one?" He laughed. Then he said, "Honestly, I complained about that one too." I nodded, because that's when the real conversation started. I told him, "You're not looking for a better company." He looked at me kind of puzzled. I said, "You're looking for a perfect company." And that's where a lot of drivers get stuck. Here's the truth. Every trucking company has problems. Every dispatcher has a bad day. Every terminal has issues. Every company has policies somebody doesn't like. That doesn't make them bad companies. It makes them companies run by people. Now don't misunderstand me. Sometimes leaving is absolutely the right decision. If you're being treated unfairly, if promises aren't being kept, if the job no longer fits your life or your goals, then maybe it's time to move on. There's nothing wrong with making a smart career move. But there's a big difference between making a smart move and believing the next company won't have problems. Because it will. Maybe different problems, maybe smaller problems, but problems just the same. I told that driver something I've believed for a long time. The best trucking company for one driver might be the worst one for another. The driver with 3 kids at home is looking for something different than the driver who's 23 years old and wants to stay out for a month. The owner-operator isn't looking for the same things a brand new CDL graduate is. There isn't one company that's perfect for everybody. There never has been. Before he got up to leave, he asked me, "So how do I know when I've found the right company?" I told him, "When the good outweighs the bad, and it fits the life you're trying to build. Not somebody else's life, yours." Sometimes drivers spend so much time chasing the next opportunity, they never realize they already had a pretty good one. Something to think about over your next cup of coffee. Drive safe, make good decisions, and I'll see you at the next truck stop.